look what we got connected. We got the little guy, a 10-footer. Brakes, all the lights are good, and this boy is back in business. So long story short, had to do a lot of work with my dad today to get this hitch pin off. You can see it's all marked up. I had to cut it, actually cut a little hole into the plastic here, but that's okay. And then this is a new lock here, but these pins had to be busted out too. So had to cut this, beat this pin out, and beat these two pins out as well. So quite the task. I'll show those in a second here. But let me just take the straps off of this guy. Look at this. Now the nice thing about this guy today, if you're wondering, like, what's the point of just get my straps and everything ready to go. What's the point, Mike? What's the point of switching trailers? Big one's just, it's a lot of trailer for just one mower. That's the short answer. A lot of turning. You got tandem axle here that these tires just, they just, you know, it's a lot of extra wear and tear on them when really doesn't have to be. No reason for it. You know, but with that being said, this trailer had sat forever, so I'm glad we got some use out of it, a lot of use out of it, and then it kind of locked on me, but like I said, that's fine. Just gonna get these set up because tomorrow I gotta go. Tomorrow's my late day at work, but I'm gonna do these a couple properties like right here through the woods pretty much. So all right, we're all set up, ready to go, all set up. Okay, so let me show you. Just also letting this truck do a big regen for a while. All right, let me show you this box here. I'm gonna move these gloves to the front. These Homer buckets are nice to carry things around. I'll leave that receipt there. It's okay. Let's come over here. Safety chains crossed. That's locked on there. 4 pins in, okay. All right, so got a lot going on here. Let me just, before I forget, this is what I ended up buying. So that hitch clip that was there, it was just a Reese, but you want to get one for you Super Duty guys. Make sure it says fits up to 3-inch receiver. Ford's really the only one doing these 3-inch receivers, unless you have some kind of commercial body on it, like a utility, like a service body or something. Ford's the only one that does a 3-inch receiver. Otherwise, your hitch pins are too small. It did have this extra sleeve, but believe it or not, the sleeve is too much. So there you go with that. All right, put a couple things down. Let's get organized here. Okay, so just keeping track of certain keys. certain numbers are now different. Everything is now different, but we want to make sure we have access to everything. I'm going to go through this bucket with you guys. Might as well do this. Okay, angle grinder. This is what I used to cut the hitch off. The Walt angle grinder worked great. This right here, I'll put this back together. This is my Harbor Freight Dremel kind of set. It's a knockoff Dremel. It's a Chicago electric, but you know what? It worked well. This right here, Milwaukee 3-pound hammer, worked beautifully, beating the ever-loving snot out of the pins. PB Blaster normally works. It's a penetrating liquid. Didn't really work. Shouldn't say didn't work. Didn't really have a use for it. I tried to use a bottle jack to lift, to relieve some of the tension on the hitch when I was beating it, but it just, I was just ended up hitting the bottle. These are just some nice DeWalt pliers. Just to try and grab the pins. Vice grips obviously work better, so the pliers are kind of a no-go. This is the Dremel. Obviously not Dremel branded, just knockoff Dremel. You want safety glasses, obviously. Okay, this goes with the angle grinder. Now let's talk about all this small stuff. So I want to take pictures of all this because I want to try and see if I can get some of this warranted. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but let me put some gloves on. Can I get any of these gloves on? Might be able to use one of these. Why not? Let's see if it works. Hopefully these weren't dirty because it's the opposite side. All right. Show you. All right, so these are an old key set, doesn't work anymore, but I'll show you what you got to keep track of, focus these numbers. So this one, focus, maybe, I don't know if you could see that. It's really not focusing on, there we go. See how it ends in a 707? So certain keys are for certain locks. So now they're all different numbers, but I could tell you my 7 was for the dual pin. Now, this is what I did here. Got a lot going on, so I'm just going to try and recreate this for everyone. This was the hitch pin. So this was locked to the hitch. And basically, I can't get this 100%, but basically this kind of went like this. And I made the cut here where the curved piece, because it was on here, just like this. And I cut it where you could see, so the curved piece is no longer there. At first, the reason why there's a cut here, so at first I wasn't able to pound this out by myself. That's why I went to my father's place, the two of us. He kind of had vice grips on it, wiggling it as I hammered it out. You needed 2 people. There was just too much in there. It was just too tight to do by yourself. But it honestly took us like 30 seconds to do, where it was just, I was pounding at it for an hour and I couldn't get it by myself, but 30 seconds for 2 people. I did read that you could cut, that people say to cut the lock off. I was just trying to break this lock part out and then see if then, because I still wanted to have stuff to grab onto, but I didn't know if the lock was holding me on too. So anyway, that was that. This is just a bolt, okay? But this bolt went through the pin of the hitch and was the closest size-wise I can get to this. And I was using that Milwaukee sledge to pound this out like that, rather than You can actually see it's just bowed out, and it's basically garbage now. That had the most surface area rather than a screwdriver or a center punch. I didn't bring the other one here, but there, I guess I left it at my dad's place. This is just an extra, didn't fit. All right, so one of them I guess I left, but you had 2 pins here, and we had to beat them out. This is the lock that was on the inside here. Twisted the whole locking mechanism out. That took a little longer, but all in all, it's all done. It's all out. So I did order, now I'm going to contact them because I did order a replacement dual pin, which is this guy here. So that's on there now. That now I'm able to switch the ball out and just use it. They say I might be able to warranty it out, so I'll try and warranty it out. I don't know how their warranty is. I gotta look into that. Worst case, whatever, I have the pin, the dual pin working. I just need to now replace the locking hitch pin. I have a non-locking one on there now. It's fine, it is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. I'm gonna take pictures of this stuff. Hopefully I can get it warrantied. And yeah, it's the whole process to break that hitch off, it's intense enough where it's not, can't really do it to steal it, because it's not easy. But God forbid if your stuff is either corroded on there, like I had, so like 2 of these locks, I left the other key at my parents too. One of them turned, and it turned all the way, but it just, the lock mechanism, they call it the finger latch, just must have broke. So the key was just spinning, but it wasn't doing anything. On the other one, it was the whole lock was corroded, so I could twist. I couldn't get it to turn at all. But like I said, should be better now. Let me get pictures of these, see if I can get it warrantied out, and go from there. But also this is just a regular kind of pin lock, but I wasn't able to use that because it does not fit a 3-inch hitch, so too short there. But anyway, that's it for now. Everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Peace.